Immanuel Kant, the philosopher of discipline and morality. Immanuel Kant. Was he the ultimate philosopher or the most disciplined human to have ever lived? Picture this. For over 40 years, this intellectual giant lived his life with clockwork precision. He rose at 5 a.m., wrote for exactly 3 hours, lectured for 4 more, lunched at the same spot every day, and then walked the same park route at precisely the same time. His neighbors famously joked they could set their clocks by his routine. He never left his hometown of Königsberg, Prussia, not even to see the nearby sea. But despite this rigid lifestyle, Kant managed to shape the philosophical foundations of our modern world in ways that continue to ripple through time. Now, before you roll your eyes at what might seem like a painfully boring life, let's put this into perspective. Immanuel Kant wasn't just a meticulous creature of habit. He was one of history's most profound thinkers. His ideas laid the groundwork for democracy, human rights, and even modern physics. Ever heard of Einstein's theory of relativity? Kant's work on space and time paved the way for it. Concerned about animal rights, Kant was among the first to suggest they could be possible. His revolutionary concept of a global governing body eventually inspired the creation of the United Nations. But why does Kant's moral philosophy still matter today? Why should we, in an era of memes and hustle culture, care about his lofty ideas? Here's why. Every decision we make, every value we hold, comes down to one thing: our moral framework. How do we decide what's important? What's worth our time, energy, and sacrifice? Kant's philosophy challenges us to reflect deeply on these questions. His belief in universal ethics, known as the categorical imperative, is as relevant as ever. It's the idea that morality isn't subjective, it's universal. Kant's most enduring moral rule can be summed up as: act in such a way that you treat humanity, whether in your own person or in the person of another, always as an end, never as a means. What does this mean? Simply put, it's about respect. It's about recognizing the intrinsic value of every individual, including yourself. This single principle cuts through the noise of modern life, providing a clear moral compass in a world that often feels chaotic and transactional. Let's unpack this with a relatable example. Imagine you're stuck in traffic, late for work, and a car cuts you off. Your instinct might be to honk and fume, but Kant would challenge you to pause. That driver, they're not just a means to your frustration. They're a human being with their own story, struggles, and rationality. But Kant's philosophy isn't just about how we treat others. It's also about how we treat ourselves. Are you guilty of procrastinating, numbing out on social media, or overindulging in habits that don't serve your highest potential? Kant would argue that these actions aren't just unproductive, they're unethical. Kant's ideas even extend to addiction, self-improvement, and how we handle suffering. He wasn't opposed to pleasure. He enjoyed wine and a good pipe, but he believed in moderation and facing life's challenges head-on. Escaping reality through excess, whether it's alcohol, drugs, or mindless distractions, isn't just a bad habit. It's a failure to honor the rationality and freedom that make us uniquely human. And what about relationships? Kant's philosophy shines a light on some uncomfortable truths. Are you people-pleasing to gain approval? Manipulating someone's emotions to get what you want? That's treating others, and yourself, as means rather than ends. Genuine connection requires respect and honesty, even when it's difficult. In today's world, This might mean rethinking how we communicate, date, or even market products. Kant's moral framework doesn't just challenge us individually, it has profound societal implications. Consider issues like bigotry, inequality, and exploitation. Racism, for example, is a textbook case of treating people as less than ends. Kant recognized this later in his life, becoming one of the first thinkers to advocate against colonialism and racial superiority. His vision of a global society rooted in mutual respect and peace was revolutionary, and it continues to inspire movements for justice and equality today. So, how can we bring Kant's philosophy into our daily lives? Start small. Reflect on your actions and ask yourself, am I respecting the humanity in myself and others? Whether it's the way you approach your work, your relationships, or your own self-care, let Kant's moral clarity guide you toward greater integrity and purpose. Kant's teachings remind us that character, the foundation of a meaningful life, isn't something we're born with. It's something we cultivate. It's the conscious decision to align our actions with our highest values, even when it's hard or inconvenient. And while perfection might be unattainable, striving for it is what makes us human. If this resonates with you, I invite you to explore more of Kant's philosophy and its relevance to our modern lives. What aspects of his thinking inspire you? What challenges you? Let's continue this philosophical journey together. Subscribe for more videos delving into the wisdom of Stoicism, philosophy, and the timeless questions that shape our lives. Remember, the life you live reflects the values you choose.